Hey everybody, welcome back to Marsh RC. This video is the intro video for my next build series. As you can see before me, I have a new body. This body is 3D printed. Some of you may recognize it right off the bat, and for those of you who don't, you'll learn here in a second. So this body is 3D printed. It's held together right now by masking tape just for a quick mock-up and to be able to do this video. This body is going to be a lot of work, but I'm super excited to do it. So this body is the 1992 Ford Bronco body. However, it's modified. As you can see, there's a big hole in the roof, and then you got this big thing back here looking all silly. This is modeled after the 1992 Ford Explorer. I think I just said Bronco a minute ago. Ford Explorer from Jurassic Park, the first movie. The one that gets all smashed up by the T-Rex and down the bank into the tree, all that good stuff. This is that body. I've seen a lot of people putting that paint scheme on Jeeps, Broncos, all kinds of crazy vehicles. I really wanted to do that scheme, I really wanted to do that vehicle, but I refused to do it on anything other than the Explorer from the movie. So I got it printed and I'm going to do it. And to my knowledge, no one has done this before. This body has been printed once or twice that I've seen, but it's never had the Jurassic Park paint job. So a little bit about this. Up here in this big area, if you're not familiar with the movie, for the love of goodness and everything that's holy, go watch the movie, it's great. So right here is a big glass panel that is curved this direction and it slopes this direction. So yeah, that's gonna be fun. The other things that I don't have, because it's a 3D printed body, I don't have a windshield, I don't have mirrors, and I don't have the rear or this little one here. So that is all things that I'm going to have to fabricate for this thing. All the pieces are not here in my possession, but I wanted to get this thing out, and I'll do an update video once I get more pieces. I do have the hood right here. The hood does fit in there. Try and do this one hand while I'm holding the camera. Kind of in there. Everything is still rough, nothing's been sanded and smoothed or anything, but the hood does fit in there. So I have the hood, and I have the driver's side door, which also doesn't fit in too well at the moment. Like I said, everything is still not quite raw, has the supports broken off, that's about it. All the pieces are still like this, and as you can see, it's going to be a lot of filling and a lot of sanding. This body is going to take a long time to do, so I'm not going to be having a video up every week or every other week or anything like that. And if I do, it's going to be very short, couple minutes. Here's the progress I'm moving forward. Haven't quite figured out how I'm going to do the videos on that yet. I do have a plan for all the window pieces. I don't know if you guys have ever seen the show Tanked. They make aquariums. Basically, they make a mold out of wood, put a piece of acrylic on it, put it in the oven, heat it up, it forms to the mold. I'm going to do something similar to that, but I'm going to try Lexan and thin plexiglass first. I'm thinking Lexan is probably going to be the way to go because it's not going to be supporting any weight or anything like that. So I'm going to try it with Lexan first. I am in the process of making my vacuum table, so that'll help out tremendously with this. The interior, there are some pieces that are being 3D printed for the interior. The movie accurate dash will be made. A movie accurate center console, which actually fits into the dash, goes down, travels through the back, and then ends right at the back of the front seats. That will be done as well. The other things that will be movie accurate that are made for this vehicle that are working on getting printed out are the front seats and the rear seats. Everything else on the interior is going to be on me. So I'm going to have to fabricate the floor, all that good stuff, a firewall, if whatever the dash doesn't cover up for the firewall, the inside of the door panels. I'm going to have to, you know, sand this stuff out, cut this stuff out, put door panels on it. The engine bay, I'd like to be able to put a 3D printed motor in it for looks. I haven't found the motor that should be in this vehicle yet, so we'll see how that goes. This chassis, by the way, is not the, this is an Scx10 chassis. It's just one of my trucks I go out with, run around. This is not the chassis that this body will be going on. It's actually that chassis right there. This chassis is the chassis that this body will be going on. So a lot of that is going to be a lot of this truck is going to be modified. You know, changing out shocks, whatever I have to change to make this thing run with this body is what I'm going to be doing, and to work with the interior. So that's it. That quick little intro to this build. I'm super excited about it. Things that are being printed yet are the front grille is going to be printed yet. The front bumper needs to be printed. The brush guard on it is not being printed. I'm going to make one out of metal. The other things that still need to be printed are the interior pieces, still need printed. The passenger door still needs printed. And then after that, it'll be time for me to start filling lines, sanding lines, filling lines, sanding lines, and go from there. There's a lot of things that need to be done before I even do that. Some imperfections here, like these lines here, some of these thicker lines. I'll get all them sanded out before I fill anything. Obviously, sanding out all the edges, taking out some supports yet that are in the back of the tailgate or the inside of the tailgate, the inside of the doors, obviously, underside of the hood, you know, all the rough edges like here, you know, a lot of this small stuff. I think I'm going to end up shaving down the door handles as well and finding some other door handle to put on there so it's more accurate than just a rectangle. So that's it. That's this build. I'm super excited about it. Like I said, to my knowledge, no one has done this RC version of this in the color scheme that I'm going with, nor has anyone had it to the scale of this for an Scx10. This model was originally designed by a gentleman in the UK for a board game. I will be linking his Facebook in the description below. And as soon as he's ready for me, I will also be linking Chris, the guy who is printing all this stuff for me. I'll be linking him in the description below. My Facebook will be in the description below. Please go check these guys out once I get them linked in there. Check out my Facebook if you haven't. Subscribe, follow this build, whether you're just into custom bodies, Jurassic Park, you know, whatever the case may be. Subscribe and follow this build along. It's going to be awesome. I'm going for as close to movie as I can within the RC, within my skills and my confines for the RC world here. I'm not a professional at this necessarily. I've never done a 3D printed body like this, so this is going to be a lot of trial and error for me, especially to get all this smooth instead of almost hexagonal shapes like it is. You can kind of see it here too, a little bit down here as well on the wheel wells, getting everything nice and fitting correctly. It is printed out of PLA. If anyone was curious about that, I'm going to remove the body, get rid of the chassis here so we can just focus on the body for another minute before I end this video. So as you, I mean, it's holding, it's good, it's quality stuff, it's good print, and you know, obviously there's printers out there who can do a lot better than this where I wouldn't have to do quite as much work, but Chris is helping me out big time on this thing, and I'm not going to complain at all. I'm actually up for this challenge. I'm actually really excited to be doing it, so I'm not complaining about this at all. I'm actually like completely ecstatic. This has been a process for the last couple weeks now, and I've had to be quiet about it up until now. and it's been killing me that I haven't been able to show this thing off and let people know what I'm going to be working on. I've been dropping hints that I want to do the Explorer. I threw a teaser picture up on Instagram and Facebook a few days ago, but now I'm actually getting to release it, and I'm super excited about it. I could not be more thrilled, and I thank you to everyone out there who has helped me with this so far and who will be helping me in the future on this thing. Like I said, I'm ecstatic. I couldn't be happier. There's a lot of good detail in this thing. Like I said, this is going to be as movie accurate as I can possibly make it. As you can see, there's still a lot of little stuff that I need to get out and clean up. That's fine. We'll get it done. Alright guys, again, like, subscribe, share, follow along with this build. Any comments, leave them down below. Catch you on the next one.